Whawhai atu hane e tau walatala tutupu ke lata mai a whiawhine. Good evening in our news bulletin for tonight. Whakamana atu ai e aho kautau mai whaila matai e whakatawhono kua mna ke fuaki atu ke lata mai matakau te kautau ni mai. The government has taken the opportunity to offer support to the Niue RSA during the Anzac commemorations. Tolo te tau matakau pili laka pita wa amo ke he tau te toko me whahokoi ke hahingi awhi. The touch tournament held yesterday to coincide with Anzac commemorations. Whakahoke au whakatataha hikitawake ke he uki uki hatapu e Pamole. Hikitohake held their village show day last Saturday. Tumau e motu ke whakamtala hiai e tau kautau ne kua tukumalele halo tūlo tau mumui ke he whalakuta ki whakamua he lalulangi. Koe aho ua whamalema ia pelila he tau tau takitaha ko mai ki ai e mtakau tau kautau ke liu whakamana tu mai whakatakataka e tau whakaroanga whakamana te he motu. Koe tau nei, nā kailahi whoki kehe ke tau whakatakaanga he mtakau RSA, kua kau whakataha e mtakau he tau Girls Brigade, Boys Brigade he Kalesia Christian Niue, pia i whoki mai whahinga hua leo leo. Ha ia e tau whakamatalanga ne ko mai keke o mai he takitaki kautu, mai whala te hukui o te whanua New Zealand.
Mai te tūro hukukidei mā tua ke whakamana tū hārau tūru a tuku whanonga atu, tuku lele. Ke rongatai hakai aore whakata whanau New Zealand, whakata whanau Peretania. Ke whiarau tūru ke whakakisi atu hārau tūru a manako, ko whakatahai. Nā kai ni ko lau tōru, kai hia whoki e tau ngā whāhara tōru, pese die na nā kai whia hako i rara tōru ko ato e ke he turakataki whakamua. Kai ta rie lau tōru, ta rie he ta mga whā, ka whakataha ai me tau matakau ia he tau buatu neo mai ke aore mai. Ke ramatai, e tau tūru. Si whakaoe, ki o rau tūru ia. Whakaoe whoki ki tau mga whā, hārau tūru. Hako e ke e mena ia mo mena ke whakamahi longa aki. E tūanga ni wē he rauran. Ke sia ai mo i loa ai he whā. Ko mena whai te mamutu na whakahingoa ko ni wē. Whai te ngāta ni o atu he whakatai. Whakamoa. Whuruhi atu hākatara he mga ahoni ke he hātau tūru a tūang. Hākamana pehe atau tūru. Whakaue ke whakatawhana no sila. Whakaue ke whakatawhana Peretania. Whakaue ke whakatawhana Staria. Hākahero tūru taro matai mai ke rātai me tau kautau. Tau tūru. Ka kai ke kona ona tau tūru, mai mana manatu ki ai. Ai ko tau whakatu whānu ne ranga tai mai a tau tūru. Ko tau tangata tunga Rosa Arden, Margaret Pointer. Ko tau tangata he tau tūru ni ki sia tau tūru, ko ranga tai mōri a tau tūru. Hake mai he Toronto whinangaro haro i tūru ke kumi puhala. Ke whakakisi ai haro i tūru o nāko ke i roa ai e tau tūru. Ai ke mina siaki e rau tūru. A tau tūru, po ki tau kautau he tau tūru neo atu ai.
Ne whakailoa i whoki he palimea ko take tālangi e amana ki anga he whakatuwhono ke whoaki atu ai le mua furu e awhi tau tālā ke he matakau RSA. Koe tau tupe nei ne kua whakatoka whakamahino ke lātai mai tau kumkumi anga ke tau matakawi ne kua tanu e he tau kautau ha niwe ke whakamailonga whakamitaki e tau makatu mau. Aha iai whoki e tā whakamatalanga mai komisina te kolunga New Zealand koe li lifu ko Ross Ardern ke mahuenga he taha matanga hua nei ke whakamau ai e tau tāla tū whakahoro he motuku niwe. ko lata ke tāpiki mau ki ai. Ko hoku mai fōke e tāhu kui mai he tamtakau koutou ha New Zealand, mai whakakesa mana atua i fōke ia ke whakawhetu iang he tau koutou neua. Koe tāwala mahuenga ke aho he tau koutou, koe whakapuloa he tau hingoa halau tōru toko tāsia uli mua fulu. Neua atua ke whalakutaki whakamoe halalolangi, kai ki sia ke tau nei nakai holo mtaki. Whakaosi ai e tau whakarang mai whakapāwhana, mai whainga ho leo leo, mai ua atua i fōke tau mga whaua, ke tuku ai tau keu ke he maka koutou, mo e tau talahawanga, tō nā kai nimo alau tōru ia. People gathered at the War Memorial Cenotaph in Alofi in remembrance of soldiers who laid down their lives in the pursuit of peace. On the 25th of April each year, commemorations are held to honour the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, or ANZACs, who fought at Gallipoli during the First World War and other wars since then. Niue contributed with the enlistment of 150 soldiers as part of the New Zealand Armed Forces. The early dawn parade, organised by the Niue Returned Servicemen's Association, is held each year, supported by RSA family members and the Girls and Boys Brigade, as well as the Niue Police Force. Premier Sir Toke Talangi gave a speech that focused on the importance of this historical contribution that took a small country to be marked with the greater powers. Each year commemorations serve as a reminder of sacrifice due to war, but Premier Talangi noted that it was not governments who have been the most supportive of elevating Niue's contribution, but the island has received more from individuals such as Ross Ardern and Margaret Pointer, who took it upon themselves to give Niue due recognition. Premier Sir Toke Talangi also made an announcement that government was prepared to give $50,000 to the Niue Returned Servicemen's Association. The New Zealand High Commissioner, His Excellency Ross Ardern, also spoke on behalf of the New Zealand government. He continued to speak about the need for a deeper understanding.
As we gather to remember the fallen, a peaceful Europe seemed a very distant hope indeed. And after more than 3 years of arduous conflict on the Western Front, the soldiers there would have felt the distance between them and their loved ones back at home more keenly than ever. And in this year, 2018, we commemorate the experiences of all during that final and momentous year of the First World War. On the 11th of November 1918, the darkness gave way to the declaration of an armistice which took place. But celebrations in New Zealand were subdued as we suffered the ravages of the 1918 influenza pandemic, and as our servicemen and servicewomen started to return home to a country that was changed by the psychological, the political, and the cultural legacy of a dreadful war. And these commemorations here today in Niue help us to deepen our understanding of conflict. So it is on this day that we recognise and acknowledge the sacrifices of those who have died in warfare and the contribution and suffering of all of those who have served in this particular year. I want to focus my comments on the women who served in the military and the different roles and conflicts that we have faced over the years. Of course, it's no secret that the soldiers went through tough times and in terrible conditions on the battlefields. But I want you to think for a moment about the women who were left behind. For those women that had been left behind by a son, their husband, their brothers, fathers or friends, they were constantly waiting for their return. And the most common news that they heard from the battlefront was when a clergyman appeared at their doorstep with the news of the death of their loved one. It's hard to imagine now how traumatizing that would have been. So many mothers were left to deal with children and family responsibilities alone, short of resources and fears for their future. And it would have been no different for the women of Niue, who stood at this very point in October 1915 as their men departed to participate in the Great War. Their grief would have been immeasurable.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Esther Harrop, and I'm honoured to be here this morning with you all on behalf of the New Zealand Defence Force and as New Zealand's Defence Advisor to Niue. I am currently serving from Headquarters New Zealand Defence Force in Wellington as the non-resident Defence Advisor Pacific, with accreditations to Niue, Samoa and the Cook Islands. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to speak this morning. Year after year on Anzac Day, we hear stories about the courage of the men and women who risked everything in the service of the Empire at Gallipoli. We naturally focus on the ordinary soldiers and the desperately anxious and grieving families they left at home. For Niue, this service was particularly impactful, this sacrifice particularly significant. For Niue as a country, for the soldiers themselves, and for their families. Those 150 Niuean men who volunteered to join the Australia and New Zealand Army Corps, or ANZACs, to fight in the First World War. Their contribution is regarded as one of the highest, if not the highest, per capita contribution to the war, as Niue's population at the time numbered just 4,000. Of the 150 who departed on the troop ship SS Tiano for Auckland in October 1915, 140 had never left the island before. 73 were married. 30 of them left children behind, and 5 left wives who were pregnant. One family farewelled 4 sons. 7 others farewelled 2 sons. Many did not return to Niue. Those that did return, returned changed. They and their families altered forever.
There was also a bit of disjoint this year in the roll call, where names of soldiers from each of the villages were read out at the sound of the last post that concluded the service, and a note for generations to come, lest we forget our fallen heroes. Koe ahi ni awhine kua tolu atu i fuki e tamtakau pelela ka pita wa amo ke whanua aonga i paliasi ke lata i meto whetoko ne ko whakatakataka i tamtakau pelela ka pita wa amo haniwe. Koe ke te wheua nei mo e taha puhala ke whakahoho e te whawhau sino mo e ki sia fuki e manako he tau whanau ke pele. Koe tau wheua he tau matakau he tau tāne toko whai matakau ne whakamau hepo Kautuai im takau ha alofi, tu ue mtakau ha tuapa, mai tu tolu mtakau mai mango mtalau. Ke lātai me tau mtakau lofi lofi, tu whiwhini me tau tāne, kautuai a alofi, tu uai a tuapa, mai tu tolu mtakau ha tam kotonga. Amna ki ke liuwhai wheua whetok pehenei fuki, ke he mahina ha iuni, ke he maanga ko ha kupu. Niue High School's field was buzzing with action as teams gathered for the Open Men's and Open Mixed Touch tournament on Wednesday. The one-day competition was sanctioned by the Niue Island Touch Association and was a chance for players to put their skills to the test. There were 9 teams that registered for the event that coincided with Anzac Day. It is uncertain whether this will become a permanent fixture in the sporting calendar. However, there were 4 teams in the Open Men's competition. Alofi placed first, Tuapa in second and Mutalo in third. For the Open Mixed competition, there were 5 teams that registered. Alofi first, second to Tuapa, and third placing went to Tamkotonga. There was a great display of agility and skill, but it was Alofi who took out the tournament this time round, and the next touch tournament is expected to be held in Hakupu in June. Tōlongi tō tangata ni ko atua I ki hikuta wāki ke lata mo I whakaroanga au whakatata he maanga he au whaiu mo e kua mole. Ki sia koe ue mtakawi ne kua whakahoko ta whiua ki ai. Koe whakatata ne whakatuai ke mtakawi ne taka e matapa pā fō. Ilonge palia koe whakatakataka he whanu tak maanga whakalataha mo e ke pule he maanga. Ahai ai fuki taha whakatata ki he loto male he maanga. Noko tōlonga fuki tō tangata ni kua hoko atu ki ai. Koe tau ke tōrua kia nei e tau whoranga whakatata e maanga ke whunua nā ne toka e whale whakawhiawhia ma tapapa. Koe tau nei fōki ne kua mai ki ai ke kisia e tau fuhe whunua ne kua whakatata ke whakakisia e mahiwhi he tau tangata ke tāna ki atu ke tau koloa mai au whakatata e maanga. Longi tau kai ke he mai tau kai tahi, tau kai ungu pi e whuki tau kai humili e kua whakafua ki aho. Au mana kini ke whakatu mau e tau au whakatata me lali ke mua i whuki e kau whakataha he tau ahui mua. Last Saturday, Hiptamake hosted their village show day that happened to be in 2 locations this year. The event, organised by the village council and the village member of assembly, was held at the upper terrace near the Matapa Bar complex. There were also a few stalls down at the village green, where the show day was originally established. It has been 3 years since Hiptamake show day was changed from the village green and taken to the upper terrace of the village. There was a great variety of food sold on the day, such as seafood, umu food and desserts, and also a selection of drinks. This year, villagers were able to bring their agricultural produce for display, and it is hoped that Hiptamake will be able to deliver more in years to come. Those are our news stories that we have for you this evening. Do have an enjoyable weekend ahead and join us again for our next news bulletin on Tuesday next week. Benai da wala tala tu tupu nuku mō me ke lāt me whiwhinei, amuna ki ni ke liliu whilewe pinei fōki ke whai tapu kahau. Yana no wha, munine pō, tō liliu ke whilewea.